Welcome back to the Daily Scrapbook page here at Hydrangea Hippo with me, Jennifer Priest. Today I'm going to create a Halloween layout using scraps from another Halloween layout I did earlier in this series. So to see that Halloween layout, go back a few videos and you can see the original. So this is going to be made with the scraps left over from that layout. Started. The first thing I'm going to do is choose my background paper. So I'm going to use this paper that has the clocks on it. And then this paper I've already inked the edges, so I'm going to have that go across the bottom here. And this is just going to be a real simple page. So I'm going to take my adhesive and put it across the bottom. So I want to leave about 1.5 inches worth of space on the bottom because I'm going to do some things there. So I'm going to cut a little piece of this paper, this is the back of the moons, to use as an accent. And then I have some of this paper that has pumpkins on it to also use as an accent. I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of these guys, and I'm going to layer them up. And then I have this little guy that I've already inked, and I'm going to cut one more here from this little cute page. Then I want to punch out one of these little circle heads with my circle punch. And this one doesn't fit exact. There's a little bit of purple around the edge, but that's okay, I want that. I'm going to go ahead and ink the edge here. And then I'm going to take some of this. This is corrugated that was left over, and I have a set of painting shears that are for fabric, but these ones I use for paper. I have another set that's just for fabric. These are from Joann's. I want to say they're like a few dollars, you know, use your coupon, but they don't do fabric at all very well, but they cut paper beautifully. So instead of trying to use decorative scissors, which would never cut through this, I'm going to use these pinking shears. Alright, so now I want that guy to go across there. And then I'm going to put just a tad up here. Okay, now I'm going to do something with drips. So I'm going to get my mat that I like to use to protect my table from being real nasty. I have a sprayer filled with water and then a bottle of Smooch Spritz. So what I'm going to do is I want to do some drips on here that go backwards. So I'm just going to put a line of acrylic paint where I want those drips to start. And I might do some on this side too now that I'm thinking about it. I'm going to do them on top of that corrugated. But I'm going to do one direction at a time. So first I have my paint, and then I'm going to take some paper towels, or sometimes you can do this in your trash. You guys are going to see my lovely, what's in my trash can. And I'm going to put this in my trash can, and I'm going to spray the paint with water. What this is going to do is it's going to make the paint run. And then to add a little extra interest, I'm going to go in with this Smooch Spritz in copper and just do that a little bit. Okay, nice and spooky. I don't want that line forming. And then I got a little bit too much of a paint blob here, so I'm just gonna wipe that up. This is gonna be hidden. All right. So this is one of my favorite techniques for making things spooky, is doing drips. Drips always look spooky, and I'm just gonna blot it dry so that it's not too intense. And now I'm gonna repeat the same thing up here on this little piece of corrugated. So again, crazy trash can. I'm gonna put my, whoops, my paint on. Oh, I might have put too much. Let me get a little paint off of there. Spray it with the water so that it'll drip, and then hit it with a little bit of smooch spritz. Okay. And then I put a little too much paint, so I'm going to use this paper towel to kind of wipe some of that off. And again, I'm going to blot it on my table so that I don't make too intense. All right. Blot the rest of this paint off. So while this is wet and I'm still working, I'm going to leave this on my crazy mat here. So I want these guys here. I might not want that guy. I think I just want this guy. I'm going to do my little hot glue. Do these guys. So this was a sticker that I inked up from the other page that I was working on that I didn't end up using. And I'm going to trim just a skinny little piece of this and put it across the top here. And I want one more little sun head guy. And this little guy in the middle here is a little too light, so I'm just going to paint it black with some Smooch Accent Ink in Tuxedo. And I know I have some kind of something purple that I can use. So I'm trying to use up some of my stash. You know, these little blingy brads might be good. So thank you so much. This is my layout for this week. I hope that you enjoyed my little splattery, drippy technique here for making spooky pages. And I hope that this layout inspires you to try something a little bit different on your pages. So thanks again for tuning in, and remember, hit that subscribe button that's up there in the corner in that area somewhere at the end of the video. And leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for some more layouts at the Daily Scrapbook page.